Valentine's Day, the celebration of love, devotion, and grand romantic gestures. But now it's taking a much darker and frankly more ironic tone when we consider Chad and Lori Daybell and how they're spending it. Once wrapped in visions of their eternal union, claiming to be divinely chosen lovers, destined for a greater spiritual mission. Now they face a rather unexpected twist: separate prison cells, no contact orders, and legal teams that likely regret that they ever signed up for this circus. Hey, welcome to Profiling Evil. I hope you'll take a moment and hit the like and subscribe button and ring the bell so you're getting all of our notifications. You know, for two people who claim to have special access to the future, they sure didn't see this one coming. Maybe those visions of their heavenly future didn't include court-appointed attorneys, life sentences, and an eternity handed down by the state of Idaho instead of heading to the heavens. Now, maybe, just maybe, their prophetic hotline had some serious interference going on, perhaps something caused by reality. So, the question on Valentine's Day is, how is this formerly star studded couple celebrating Valentine's Day? Let's take a look at their separate, state funded accommodations and reflect on how eternity, the eternity they prophesied about, took a dramatic 180-degree turn. Once upon a time, not that long ago, Chad and Lori likened themselves as, say, reincarnated lovers of James and Elena, star characters in Chad's Doomsday love story that conveniently only they could interpret. To them, the affair was cosmic destiny. In reality, it was a bizarre mix of infidelity, self-published fiction, and enough criminal activity to make even the world's most corrupt cult leader say, "Whoa, you're going way too far." But here we are, Valentine's Day, and instead of exchanging love notes about past lives and future missions, Chad and Lori are experiencing a Valentine's Day as state issued inmates, where the closest thing to romance is maybe getting a extra packet of instant cocoa from the commissary. Now, while Chad sits in an Idaho prison, likely realizing that his sealed revelations aren't going to be getting published anytime soon, Lori is sitting in Arizona, preparing for yet another murder trial. Not exactly the heavenly kingdom that they had in mind. And no, Idaho law doesn't allow for conjugal visits. So the most intimate thing these two are going to be exchanging this Valentine's Day is mutual regret, along with a few legal appeals. Now, Chad and Lori were convinced that they had unlocked the mysteries of the universe. They had detailed charts, secret rankings of people's spiritual statuses, and even a handy system for deciding who were zombies. And spoiler alert here, anyone who went against them became a zombie. Yet somehow, despite all their supernatural insights, they failed to predict that they'd end up spending the rest of their lives an eternity behind bars, separately. I mean, it's almost poetic. They wanted eternal togetherness, but the state of Idaho had different plans: eternal separation. They fantasized about ascending to higher realms, but the only elevation in their future is maybe moving to the top bunk in their respective prison dorms. Now, Chad, the self proclaimed prophet, now has a prophecy of his own to fulfill. He is waiting for an execution date that he never saw coming. Lori, on the other hand, the ever devoted and disturbingly enthusiastic follower, is now facing her own never-ending legal saga in Arizona, where she'll be held accountable for yet another dead husband. The irony is almost too perfect. The afterlife that they so desperately manipulated others to believe in, that grand vision of divine purpose, the purposes they wielded to justify their actions, all got flipped on its head. Instead of a heavenly paradise, their eternity is now dictated by the cold, unblinking reality of the criminal justice system. Who knows what prison awaits them in the next life? And that's for an entirely different story and discussion. But maybe the universe does have a sense of humor after all. And while Chad and Lori are spending their Valentine's Day reflecting on their crumbling prophecies, remember that they're still alive. I want to take a moment and remember those who should still be here, who had everything, life, love, everything stolen from them by this deranged duo. Start with Tammy Daybell this time. She's usually the last spoken of. Tammy should be spending today with family and friends, people who really loved her, not a guy who vowed to love her until death do us part and then tried to speed up the process, but someone who loved her. Tylee Ryan and JJ. Tylee should be a young woman by now, perhaps even in love, experiencing the joy of being in her 20s, but instead, she got labeled as a zombie by her own mother, and she was brutally discarded. JJ, this little tyke, should be giving Valentine's cards out to friends, and maybe learning lessons about love and kindness in school. But instead, he was suffocated, buried, and robbed of the future that he so much deserved. You know, while Lori and Chad bemoan their current circumstances, the true injustice lies in the stolen lives of their victims. People who will never have another Valentine's Day, another chance to experience love, joy, or even a normal, uneventful day. In the end, Chad and Lori got their eternal, if you can say that word, reward. But it didn't come with spiritual grandeur like they'd hoped. Instead, their heavenly realm, their divine missions, those are all confined to steel bars, prison mills, and endless legal battles. Instead of being hailed as spiritual leaders, they're reviled as cold-blooded murderers. If they're lucky, maybe they'll be able to sneak a prison-approved Valentine's card into the mail filled with coded messages about their undying love for one another, and perhaps a few thinly veiled complaints about the criminal justice system. Or maybe right now they're visiting through a secret portal. But then again, I got to remember there aren't any closets in prison cells. At the end of the day, they're all alone, separated, and left to reflect on the disastrous consequences of their delusions. They thought that they were rewriting history, crafting a love story that would transcend time. Instead, they've secured their place in history as one of the most twisted crime duos in recent memory, forever linked, but never together. So happy Valentine's Day, Chad and Lori. I hope the cafeteria serves up something special today, like an extra scoop of irony. I hope you'll put your comments down below and look for Profiling Evil on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. And make sure you catch me on Court TV tonight as we talk about these wacky love affairs that turn to murder. Hey, you can find Profiling Evil also on the web at profilingevil.com. And I hope you'll check it out. And if you like audio podcasts, please sign up for Profiling Evil's audio podcasts on your favorite podcast platform. Happy Valentine's Day, and thanks for your support. We'll see you soon at the next crime scene.